Hello everyone and welcome to Motorcyclegear.com. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Quantum 3 Air Jacket from REV'IT. Brand new for spring 2025 is the Quantum 3 Air Jacket from REV'IT. Now keep in mind, REV'IT has a full line of gear called the Quantum 3. This is going to be a full line of motorcycle gear ranging from an all-mesh jacket like this one to a full leather racing jacket with and without speed hump, full gauntlet gloves, as well as a full-on racing suit, all carrying that Quantum 3 name. So there is no confusion. Today we're specifically looking at the Quantum 3 Air Jacket. There are going to be three colors available. You've got the gray and red, which obviously features quite a bit of black as well. There is the black and white, again with some gray, and then finally silver and blue, which again features multiple shades of gray along with some blue and black accents. The Quantum 3 Air Jacket comes in sizes from extra small to 3XL, and keep in mind that it is cut to a slim fit. With that said, I'm roughly 6 foot, 215 pounds, and typically in REV'IT, I wear a size XL. I do have a size XL here and it fits me exactly as I would expect it to. With that said, if you are not familiar with REV'IT sizing, you do want to go a size up from your typical American size. For example, in most American jackets, I wear a large. Again, here, I'm in an XL. Let's go ahead and jump into the details. Immediately, you are greeted by this very large REV'IT logo right here in the center of the chest. And yes, you are seeing that correctly. The entire logo is made out of a reflective material, so hats off REV'IT, very nice touch here. This will aid in some very nice visibility, plus it also looks good, but again, I love that safety aspect. Moving on from there, the material around it is going to be obviously mesh. There's a ton of mesh on here. To be specific, that is PWR shell mesh, so very good airflow, will do a very good job in those warm and hot summer rides. Outside of the mesh, you do have some materials surrounding it. This is going to be a combination of two different things. One is going to be 600D polyester as well as 600D ripstop. And then under the logo, you do get some more graphics here, blue colors here on this particular colorway. Keep in mind, on all the different colorways, this will be in the accent color. So again, the accent here is blue, but it'll vary based off of which colorway you go with. Let's go ahead and jump into the collar here, and then we'll work our way down. On the inside, it is nice and soft, definitely very comfortable against the neck. And then here at the front, you don't have any sort of a button closure or any sort of a strap. You really just rely on the zipper itself. I will say though, it does have this nice little cover right here, which is nice. That'll keep the end of the zipper from annoying your neck, so definitely a nice touch there. And then speaking of the zipper, pretty simple and straightforward, not the usual REV'IT wide pull tab that I'm used to, so a little bit disappointed there, but it does have the little extra extension strings here, so it should still make it pretty operable with gloves on. And speaking of the zipper, as you can see, it is kind of a covered or tucked zipper. When you have it on and the jacket is tight, it does seal here. You don't see the zipper at all, so definitely a nice clean look. But it also runs all the way down the jacket, so it'll actually keep the zipper from scratching your tank as well. So definitely a nice clean look and overall good design here for the main zipper entry. Then as we make our way down the jacket, you'll notice the two zippers on each side. These are going to be your standard hand warmer style pockets. I'll go ahead and put my hands inside. Kind of at the bottom here, goes all the way up to here, so definitely plenty of space, nice and comfortable for my hands. For reference, I do wear a size large glove, so again, pretty good size pocket there. Right below the pockets, you'll notice the waist area here. You do get a nice sized strap here. It is going to be a Velcro strap adjuster, so again, you just kind of pull it at the waist and then get that fit exactly how you want it to be. So pretty standard stuff here, you know, tried and true, it does work, so good to see that here at the bottom. And then as we go ahead and take a look at the sleeves, a couple of things to note that I really like here. One, on this colorway, you've kind of got this gray gradient. It is going to be 4 different colors of gray. Really nice, kind of a subtle yet really good looking touch. Keep in mind, obviously on different colorways, this will look different, but every single version does have some sort of a cool design here, so again, definitely a nice touch. Another thing that I do like is you have this REV'IT logo here coming across the arm. It is once again going to be that reflective material, so again, nice touch from the safety standpoint, but it does also look good as well. Overall construction here, you're going to have that same mesh as well as that 600D ripstop, so nice combination of protection and airflow. At the cuff here, you do have some adjustment. Very simple Velcro strap like usual. Again, help you adjust how loose or tight you want the cuff to be. And then further adjustment is available here at the bicep. It is going to be a 2-step button tab, so again, looser or tighter depending on how you want it to be. And as we make our way up the sleeve here, you will notice that the color gradient continues. Once again, you do have those 4 different color grays. I do like that this goes all the way up the sleeve. As I mentioned earlier, I do think it looks really good. As we get to the top of the shoulder here, we do find ourselves looking at a TPU hard shell protector. Again, this is a sport jacket, so they do feel right at home. And I do like this touch of blue here because it is kind of a nice accent pop. Again, depending on the colorway, this color is going to change to match the accent color. And then obviously we do get one nice REV'IT logo here on top of the protector as well. Okay, so making our way to the back, there is lots of mesh back here, which is good. Again, a lot of breathability. You will notice there is a REV'IT logo right here in the middle between the 2 shoulder blades. Yes, once again, it is reflective material. Definitely happy about that. So nice, good looking logo, but it does also serve a purpose with that reflective finish. Right above that, you will notice on the collar, there is a accent color stripe. Again, this is going to match whatever colorway you pick, but in this case, obviously the same blue as you see on the hard protectors here. So nice little touch here. It's just enough to break up the jacket, give it a little bit of pop, but it's not too much. So definitely a good balance here overall. And then as we get to the bottom, you do get an extended back here. It's just a bit different of a design. It is a little bit more of a gradual slope than your usual REV'IT kind of sport cut jackets that are a little bit more angular. But regardless of the design, you do get the extended back, which is nice. When you are in that tucked riding position, it kind of keeps you nice and covered. And looking at this part here, you do also notice there is one more REV'IT logo. Yes, it is once again a reflective material. I do love that. I absolutely love that. I think it's great to have a logo that looks good, but it also obviously serves a purpose with that added safety for that low light and nighttime visibility. All right, let's go ahead and make our way to the inside. One thing to note right off the bat is you do get a mesh liner all throughout the inside. This is going to add a little bit of extra breathability and comfort, so nice to see that there. You will notice the CE tag right here. It does show a CE AA rating. In my opinion, very important. You do want that extra protection, so having that AA is quite nice, especially for a mesh jacket. From there, we can notice there's only one pocket in this jacket. Literally, the entire jacket only has one pocket on the inside, so definitely not a storage or pocket-heavy design. But the one that you do get is about the size of my hand. I do wear a size large glove for reference. The closure on it is going to be a single Velcro strip right here. Definitely not a waterproof pocket or anything like that, so keep that in mind when trying to store stuff inside this jacket. Speaking of pockets, you do get a back protector pocket right here. One thing that I've always liked that REV'IT does is they give you instructions right here on the pocket to tell you exactly which type of protector you need, what size it is, what fits, so that way there's no guesswork when you do decide to get that optional back protector. Keep in mind it's not included. You do buy it separately, but at least you know exactly what to get. As far as armor that is included, you do get CE level 1 armor. It's going to be in the shoulders and in the elbows. It's going to be C-Smart level 1 from REV'IT. And it's going to be inside these pockets right here. So very simple to take out. Normally I show the shoulder ones because they're easier to get out, but it's going to be the exact same type of armor in the elbows as well. Now looking at it, you can see there's a lot of perforation. So you're going to get a lot of breathability in that perforation there. It's very moldable, very flexible. So it's going to obviously move easy and it's going to be very comfortable. Also notice I did mention that it is level 1, but it is T+, T-, so that means it's going to be good in both hot and cold weather. So you're good to go there. Moving on from the armor, a couple other things to note. If you look at the bottom of the jacket, you do get a short connection zipper right here. And then you do also get jeans loop hooks right here. That'll help you kind of mat it up to a pair of riding jeans or a pair of riding pants, depending on which connection type you have. Now, a couple of things to note here. Maybe they're complaints, maybe they're just notes, but a few things to point out. One, this is considered a sport jacket. It's a part of the Quantum line, which also has racing suits, racing jackets, things of that nature. So thinking that it's a part of that line, thinking that it's a sport jacket, I would expect to see a few features that are a little bit more sport. For example, a long connection zipper. Kind of surprised to only see a short one. And then I would also expect to see possibly pockets for chest armor, which we don't see here. So just something to know as you're thinking about this jacket in relation to, say, the leather Quantum jacket or the race suit. It's not going to be quite as race-based as they are. It's a little bit more of a sport variant, not as extreme. So just keep that in mind. No chest protectors, no long connection zipper in this setup. And then two more things to note here before I forget. One, this is going to be the elbow armor. It is not adjustable. On some jackets, you do have Velcro strips to kind of help you move the armor up and down. Keep in mind on this one, it's not going to be adjustable. So make sure when you size your jacket, the armor lines up properly for you. And then the last bit, if you do want that extra protection, if you're not happy with the level 1 armor, you are able to swap out the armor very easily to go full level 2. Obviously, that's going to be a separate purchase, but you do have that option as the shape and size are going to be the same as far as the pockets are concerned. The other bit is you actually can run an airbag as well. So this jacket is airbag compatible. So you do have that option as well. Overall, the Quantum 3 Air jacket from REV'IT is one good looking jacket, and it will perform very well in both warm and hot weather while giving you that sport look and feel. In my opinion, if you are looking for a sporty jacket that is highly breathable, this one is definitely worth checking out. All right, so that's going to be it for the Quantum 3 Air jacket from REV'IT. Be sure to visit Motorcyclegear.com. Hit us up in the comments down below via phone or email, as we are always here to help you out with your moto gear needs. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.